We're getting some breaking news at this hour. The Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel has written to 17 chief ministers requesting them to jointly raise demand with the centre that GST compensation be continued for additional 5 years. Mirror Now's editor-in-chief, Nikunj Garg, joins me on the broadcast for more on this. Nikunj, this is interesting considering Bhupesh Baghel has written to 17 chief ministers trying to forge an alliance for the GST compensation demand right there.
Well, absolutely. It's important because this present compensation scheme that the government of India had devised during the time of GST formulation ends in June 2022. So therefore, there's an immediacy and element of urgency to the entire demand that is being raised. And the states, particularly the manufacturing states like Andhra, Telangana, Chhattisgarh, and a few other states certainly do feel that there is a need for them to be compensated on a higher note because their contribution, as the Chief Minister Chhattisgarh claims, is higher towards the manufacturing activity, which is appropriately not reflected in the general GST mop-up, and therefore the compensations are required. Another critical aspect that the states have been raising for some time, and the Chief Minister also highlights that, is the fact that once the GST has been brought in, for the states to augment their revenues, not many avenues are left. So for any augmentation of revenue, states' hands have been tied due to the GST amalgamation. According to the state chief ministers, of course, the centre will have a separate view on that. But the chief minister says under such situation, the states become revenue deficit and their governance suffers, and therefore it is imperative that the GST compensation scheme should be continued for additional 5 years at least, so that the states can fully fathom the revenue loss and devise alternate ways and means to come to a more cohesive picture as far as revenue collections are concerned.
Absolutely. Nikunj, thank you so much for breaking it down for our viewers. So the Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel has written to 17 chief ministers requesting them to raise a demand with the centre that the GST compensation should in fact be continued for additional 5 years now.